So our life got too quiet.
Yes, way too quiet.
Wanted to make it spicy.
Spicy. So last night was Wednesday. I started my weekly infusions. It was all fine. My port was flushing. Everything was connected. Then this morning I wake up and I was like sleeping on my stomach. So like technically I was sleeping on my port, but I've done that so many times and it's been fine. So I don't know if that has something to do with it or not. But I woke up and see all of this. Look. And it was worse earlier. Like it's gone down some. It's as hard as rock. We de-accessed. Fluids coming out, so we have no idea what the heck we have no idea what the heck happened, if like the needle got moved or something wacky happened. We don't know if it's something with my port. We don't know, but it was so weird because it was flushing fine last night, like fine, and the infusions were going fine, and we went to flush with heparin this morning to just see if it would flush. It was really hard getting it in, and there was a lot of painful pressure. So we called my doctor, and she said we have to go to the ER, and also we decided that too, just because I need my infusions, and also we just would rather be safe than sorry. So right now we are driving to my dad's work, and then from my dad's work he's going to take me to the hospital ER. It's not, I am not happy. I'm quite annoyed. I do not want to be around all of those germs.
What? You don't want to be infiltrated with cooties of every kind of thing in the world?
Because even though I have a mask, I feel like
things are crawling on us.
It's, I hate ERs. I hate them, but there's not much as I can do. At least we know what a good hospital is. We know that they will listen to us, so that's a good thing. I'm just trying to stay positive, but I'm very annoyed, so I will keep you updated. So we are here, as you can tell, and technically I'm not even allowed to take photos or film in the ER apparently. But we got here, so I'm sure, as you can tell from the last clip, it's gone down a bit. There's still some fluid coming out and it's so uncomfortable. So everybody here is on it, luckily, and I just went and got an x-ray done, and they're thinking maybe an ultrasound. They don't know. That would only confirm the fluid. They just want to make sure my port isn't the issue, that it was the needle or something. They are going to try and access me before, so that's the update. So the nurse got in the first try. It's still pretty swollen. We had to get a big needle, but we're leaving. So I'm filming this on a different day from the clips from this vlog, but I just kind of wanted to explain what exactly happened and why exactly I went to the ER. So if you are new to my channel, because I know there's quite some new subscribers and you didn't know, I have a portacath right here. You can't see it, obviously, it's under my skin, but I have that. I get weekly IV infusions to help my body remain stable. Right now it's actually Monday, but Wednesday night I had gotten access. I connected to my fluids. Everything was completely fine. My line was flushing. There was no it wasn't hard to flush. There was absolutely no issues. Everything was working perfectly. Nothing felt wrong with it. I was on fluids overnight. So I had actually woken up to go to the bathroom, and I'm not sure if I woke up because of my port or if I just had to get to the bathroom, but I noticed when I got up that my skin felt really, really tight, like really, really, really tight, like about to explode tight. I was still half asleep, so I looked at it, I'm like, okay, this looks really swollen. So I went up to my mom, and she obviously saw immediately, so we rushed into my room and de-accessed. My mom didn't even bother trying to re-access me, just because we knew it wouldn't work because it was so tight. There was tons and tons of fluid, and I'm going to be posting a picture right about now of what it looks like. This is definitely not the greatest lighting, the greatest angle of me, but this was when I woke up, and that was just right here. So we decided to go to the ER just to be safe, make sure there was no issues with the ports, because I'm not going to get into it, but I've had quite a few issues with my port. It was so swollen, so painful, and it literally felt and looked like my scar was about to burst open and my port would come flying out. I know that wouldn't happen, but that's what it felt like. It was kind of scary, but I didn't get upset because I've just learned to not get upset over something medical wise unless there's something to get upset about. So we got to the ER, they took us right back. We told them what had happened, so I got an x-ray just to make sure everything was fine. So took an x-ray, it was all good. They were thinking of doing an ultrasound, but then they did tell us that that would really only confirm that there's fluid around my port, because we knew there was fluid around my port. And to some people that might not make sense, but I will explain to you why there was so much fluid around my port. So what we think happened, and I'm going to try to explain it without it getting too confusing. I don't know how to exactly explain it, but whenever you're accessed with your port, you access it with a needle. So it can be very temperamental. So we are pretty sure what happened was somehow in the middle of the night, the needle got out of the port, or slipped out, or got misplaced or something. So instead of the fluid pumping throughout my bloodstream via my port, it all gathered around like my tissue and stuff around my port. So that's why there was so much fluid, because it was a full night's worth. Luckily, by the time we got to the ER, gone down enough to where they could try to access me, but because there was so much fluid, we had to get a bigger, longer needle than we usually would use, just because there was so much fluid and my port was like down as far as it could go inside me. But luckily the ER nurse got me in one poke, and the reason why they re-accessed me is because they wanted to make sure the port would work before they sent me home, and it worked. And by the time we got home, it went down a ton, like a ton, thank goodness. And that just basically means my body has absorbed it, has figured it out, and what I get on my infusions is nothing that can harm my tissue. It's nothing that can harm really any part of my body. So we weren't really worried about that, thankfully. 3 hours in the ER, which is like nothing. That's like really fast. And then I got some lunch, and then we were on our way home. When we de-accessed me with the fluids, I kept the cap sterile, but once I got home from the ER, I wasn't comfortable connecting back up just because bacteria, plus I wanted to give my port a break. I did not want something like that to happen again. So that is why I went to the ER, and yes, it was a little scary, but you know, I'm glad there's nothing wrong with my port. There's nothing big to be worried about with it. Thank you for watching this video. Make sure you like this video, make sure you subscribe down below, make sure you click the bell notification by the subscribe button to turn on notifications so you can be notified whenever I post a new video, and stay tuned for a really fun announcement in the coming weeks. I'm so excited. I have really fun stuff planned for my YouTube channel this month. I'm just so excited. So once again, thank you for watching this video, and I will see you in my next video.